Hi everyone. Today I'm in Little Mogadishu. Those who do not know it, this is in Kisenyi, and I'm hunting for some good authentic coffee from this other side. Well, back to the topic. Earlier this year, the Nigerian government closed a certain supermarket that was operating in Nigeria. Now, their main thing was that they were not allowing the Nigerian citizens in, and they were also using the yen inside the supermarket. Well, last month there was some noise on the streets, online streets of Uganda, where there was some Chinese, there's a Chinese restaurant that does not allow people of the black skin. I think that's the way you could say it. And a month later, you can basically, nothing was done, and you know our government. The people who responded to it were saying, we do not know the name of this restaurant because the girl who had talked about it didn't mention it. But well, I know the name of the restaurant, and I will tell you later after I've gotten my coffee. So the thing is, some guy had reviewed, had gone there with his friends, actually 2 times on Google, and called out their racist tendencies because they were just away for their being African. Well, you can't believe what the owners of the place responded. By now they have deleted it, but you know the internet never forgets. So I will be reading it for you, and you'll decide, in as much as they were denying that they are not racist, but you can know from the reply. So just watch the video and you decide for yourself. And if you're wondering why you should come out and look for coffee from this side, you know they said coffee was started, the coffee brewing was started in Ethiopia, and there are a lot of myths about it. Simanye got hard there, had taken his goat or sheep, and after the goats had eaten the berries, is it beans berries? They became hyper, so the guy carried some to his place, and of course when he took it, he felt that energy. Then he told the monk, and you know monks in the monastery would do these prayers, and when they tested it, in order to keep it safe, they tried to boil it, and the rest is history. I do not know how true the story is, but you know there are always myths and stories, you know, to fit the narratives. So I said, why don't I get an authentic coffee from that side? I do not know if it would be authentic or something, but well, it is. How can you know unless you try it? So here I am looking for a cool place where I can take that. There is a lot of, this is a hive of activity, but my dear, you can be surprised with the condition of the road. I mean, a place so busy and the place just looks like it has been in a civil war. Guys, we can do better than this. And what about being comfortable where I am? The plain one, with no sugar. Yeah. No milk. Pardon? No, without milk.
Without sugar?
Yeah, without sugar.
A few moments later.
So I tried a little bit with that the sugar is too much and I had to accept. So I've given it back so that they dilute it a little bit, and I may not have got what I wanted. Who knows? Another day. Oh, so yeah, this is so much better. So where were we? Let me read to you that this was a review from Honest as here. I think I'll also dump it down on the screen down there so that you can read for yourself. This is what he gave them a 1-star rating, and he said the Chinese owners of these restaurants are very racist. They do not allow African clients in. They have chased me away with my friends twice. I do not know why they are in our country freely, yet they hate black people. I wouldn't recommend anyone to visit this restaurant, never. Now, the restaurant came out to defend itself, and this is what they replied. Basically, it's a business owner, and they say, hello, good evening, everyone. We are sorry for some inconveniences that have occurred. We no longer give access Africans at our restaurant because we do not prepare African dishes. We only prepare Chinese cuisines. Therefore, we only allow Africans who are interested in eating Chinese dishes. Thanks. I hope that makes sense to you because it doesn't to me. The person who was complaining is the person who had gone there twice. Now these guys are saying, we no longer give access to Africans because we do not prepare African dishes. Yet down they say, only those who are interested in eating Chinese dishes, the Africans who are interested in eating those dishes. Does that still make sense? I'm finding it hard to understand. The people who like Chinese cuisines determined by the color of their skin. Now, what if like one day we said, we told anybody coming to the country, sorry, we only prepare Ugandan food, so you cannot eat anything because this is meant only for Ugandans. Well, it is for you to decide. And I mean, one thing I love about racists is that with the time they get more bold, and as much as the government are not reacted in any way or the other. Believe me, I think this is not the last time we are hearing of this. They will keep getting bold and bold until one day. Probably what happened to the guys in Nigeria will also happen to them. You can't know. Well, the ones in Nigeria thought they would get away with it. I was also told of some place in Kenya that they would really patronize the other people coming in and leave the blacks. Then COVID happened. You can imagine down when there were lockdowns everywhere. And now the people you've been mistreating are the people who are supposed to bring in money. You know, life has a way of balancing itself. You never know. One day somehow, they will realize we actually need each other. And as I said, if you think you're a giant, go and hustle among the giants. Do not come to those whom you consider inferior and try to bring around your concocted ideas. We are very accommodative, we are very peaceful, we enjoy others. For those people who have come and celebrated, the Ugandan life, we are very peaceful, loving people, and that's one of the reasons I would come out to places like this, such that we know more about each other. The more we know more about each other, the more these boundaries break down. Sometimes people even overdo this country thing. Like, come on, these borders were just drawn by people. I usually hear stories from our brothers in, like Busia, whereby there's a demarcation saying this is Kenya and the other one is Uganda, and basically the other one is like a brother or cousin. And of course nobody will ever tell you that people, when it comes to elections, people go the other side and vote, and when it is this time, it is our side, they also come and vote. People have national IDs of both sides. I mean, the borders are an artificial creation made by some guys who sat in Europe. Why am I boring you with things that you already know? Guys, we are brothers and sisters, and we should put those things together. just make a decision to get out of your comfort zone. Say hi to somebody you did not know. Say somebody to a stranger. Strangers are friends whom we have not said hello to. Anyway, let me not overpreach.
A few moments later.
Just a little addition. I have finished my tea, and I don't even know the country these people come from, but they employ Ugandans. I mean, that's the benefits of some of the things why when you impress others, there are benefits on each and the other side. And before I forget, if you go to the Google Maps review, they deleted the reply, which is not a big issue because for those who know technology operates, the internet doesn't forget. And for a technological company like Google, you can bet their backups of backups. So if they ever get concerned and say I'm hating on them, the courts of law are very open. We can go there and prove who was deceiving and lying. But I mean, why do you delete if you know you're in the right? So in my head, I'm like, if you consider yourself superior in some form or the other, why do you come to countries that you consider inferior? Imagine if you think you're a giant, I think you would compete with the giants, not to go down into the dwarf such that you gloat and brag over them. Or let's say another example, if you think you're that wise, why do you want to prove your wisdom among children instead of going to professors and PhD guys? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. So that's what I thought about it. And I'm like, it's their choice. For me, as a typical Ugandan is, I would always prefer going to where they look at the color of my money instead of the color of the hand that offers the money. I mean, you cannot fight with them. If the government is not interested, then there's basically nothing much we can do. There have been these cases popping up all over the place. And really, at this age and generation, I wonder why we should even be having such conversations. We would be caring about other more important things than thinking about issues of superiority or issues of these people are better than the other. I think we are much better if we learn from each other and if we are handling ourselves like peers. I mean, we all have very many different things. We have different cultures that we can benefit from. We have to cross-share knowledge and wisdom such that we know how to live and interact with each other. Mm-hmm. So this is it, and let me go home and sleep. What else? Next time I might succeed on the coffee. And if you really want to know, it was even Ugandan tea. You welcome people, they buy your products, and they come on. It's a win-win to you people who have Kisenyi races. Kisenyi, you want your cousins to be eaten by the people of your nations. I wish you the best. I'm not complaining. Well, the government drags its feet. For us, we shall handle the issue with our money. My pocket is tight until you're willing to provide me a service. Not so. You can comment down in the comment section of whatever you think about it. Whether you like it or not, we have to talk about these things. So, good night, or good day wherever you are.